that Adeboye looks like a lamb, but is really a wolf, whom is working both with and for Islam. Adeboye is a wolf in sheep's clothing. The Bible is clear that when one is considered a prophet and his words are found to be lies, then that person is not a prophet of God.
Deuteronomy, chapter 18, KJV. Verse 20, But the prophet, which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine heart, How shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken, but the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him.
Remember, Adeboye famously said that the year 2015 will be good for Nigerians.
2015 Prophecies by Pastor A. Adeboye. Prophecy for Nigeria. By the end of the year many will say, all is well that ends well.
So tell us, did 2015 go well for you and many other Nigerians? We know it went well for Adeboye in his private jet.
Welcome back to the Moment of Truth. I hope you are enjoying the documentary so far. That the USA, they are busy digging deep into Adeboye's mess. He thought he has gotten away with all his evil. The evil is coming back to haunt him now. Now they are digging deep into his 4 prophecies, all his 4 fake prophecies, prophecy by information. Stay tuned to the end.
Why won't it go well for him in his private jet? Guess whose money funded the private jet? As Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 22 said,
When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken, but the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him.
Since Adeboye's prophecy of it going well in Nigeria in 2015 did not come to pass, we can safely say that Pastor Adeboye is a false prophet. But let's examine some more evidence. Before we examine more of Adeboye's deception, let's look at how he does the deception. Adeboye, if you notice, avoids giving specific prophecies. He always makes them vague, and there is a good reason. When your prophecies are vague and not specific, it's easy to claim it came to pass and hard to pinpoint as false. When you haven't heard from God, you hide the fact that you have not heard from God by saying, someone this or someone that.
The Lord said there's someone here tonight, he said, all you have left is faith.
The Lord says there's someone here tonight. He said in less than 24 hours.
When Isaiah prophesied to Hezekiah, he was specific with his prophecy, when he said that Hezekiah will die. Isaiah did not say that there is someone who will die. Isaiah was specific.
2 Kings chapter 20 verse 1. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death. And the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos came to him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Set thine house in order, for thou shalt die, and not live.
And I'll say it again. God is not revealing mysteries to anybody. And God is not speaking by revelation to anybody. God's revelation is closed. He's not adding revelation. He's not subtracting revelation.
So, my people, you clearly heard that from Mensal Otabil. Mensal Otabil is one of them, oh. But now, God is kicking them against one another, against each other. Because some of them are even irritating others. Because they cannot see that this mess is getting too much. Mess all over the place. They created it and they cannot handle it anymore. See what NHA is doing. Adeboye and Oyedepo and what was it called? Kumuyi. They all started this nonsense. Now, see where we are today. So it's not the only Americans that is exposing your pastors. They are exposing their own demons in their own country as well. But we have to say kudos to them for helping us to dig in deep into Adeboye's mess. The principal agent that caused all this trouble we are having today in the politics, in the church, name it, everywhere. He has changed many lives. He changed them. He crippled many destiny. He tied many people down. Stay tuned and see how they lie. They trick people into their fake prophecy. You will see everything in this video. Stay tuned till the end, please.
There's one guy that gets into it so heavy that he prophesies, and he told me how he did it. He sat right, I mean, he looked right across the table back and forth at me, and he told me how, you know, how he confiscates money. He says he's on this station, it's over 40 states, and he'll go on there and he'll get on the radio and he'll say, I know that listening to my little voice tonight, that there's some lady out there and you've got $10 put away in a cookie jar. Now God spoke to my heart and told me to go and tell you to get that $10 and get it in the mail and send it to me, and God will bless you. God will give you a reward such as you have never known before. And then he comes back to me and he tells me, he says, if you're on the radio and you're going over 40 states and you're on at prime time, you've got thousands of people listening, the chances are that there are at least 200 or 300 little old ladies who've got a $10 bill in a cookie jar. And so if you even get, you know, if a couple hundred go over and get it and send it to you, that's $2,000 that you've made just like that. And so, you know, if you're going to get into big time religion, this is the games you've got to play, things like that. You go into it as a business and you work it as a business, you know.
Remember, in the part 1 of this video, Adeboye 2 makes people give him money in return for them to be blessed. Adeboye shamelessly takes money from even widows.
That a widow, Origbo, collected her rent in Port Harcourt. And God told her, don't touch the money, send it to my son in the camp.
Why Adeboye's prophecies are always someone, never specific but someone, so you don't catch him out.
I like this one. The Lord said there's someone here tonight. He said long before the end of this year.
That was Adeboye casting his net wide like a fisherman. While Adeboye has not heard from God, Adeboye hopes his prophecies will catch somebody. So he uses the term someone. Let's now look at Adeboye's 2015's prophecies in detail. He said,
for the individual. Number 2, this year will be full of testimonies. Those who have none before, will have this year. Number 3. Daddy says, some will be swimming in rivers of abundance.
We don't need to remind anybody how bad 2015 was for most Nigerians. This alone shows that Adeboye does not hear from God, but let's see more. Next on the international scene for 2015, he said,
Number 1. Scientific and medical breakthroughs will be many, particularly in the areas of lack of sleep, dreams and brain disorder.
This was already being discussed in the year 2014, so how can this be a prophecy?
Mail Online reported. Have scientists finally found the secret to a good night's rest? Brain node that controls deep sleep discovered. Sleep-promoting circuit, located deep in the primitive brainstem, could lead to new medications for insomnia. This was actually published on the 17th of September, 2014.
So why will Adeboye claim what was published 2014 as a prophecy for 2015? Unless Adeboye is planning to deceive redeemed members for his own gain. Adeboye also gave a false prophecy when he said that there will be breakthroughs for the year 2015 in areas of brain disorder too. Again, we can show that this was also reported in October 2014.
Reuters reported that Nobel Prize for Medicine goes to discoverers of brains in a GPS. Monday, October 6, 2014.
Again, we can see that Adeboye tried to pass off well-known facts as prophecy. Let's go and see Adeboye's 2015 prophecy for Nigeria. Adeboye's prophecy for Nigeria exposes him as the false prophet he is. He said Nigeria will end well for the year 2015.
Adeboye's prophecy for Nigeria. By the end of the year many will say all is well that ends well.
This is the clearest indicator that Adeboye is a false prophet. Adeboye said that things will get better for Nigeria for the year 2015, but Nigeria started its recession in 2015.
Fuel crisis, airports, TV stations, and hospitals shut down as economy slides toward recession. The dwindling economic situation in Nigeria has led to mop-up of money in circulation, reducing people's purchasing power in an economy over-reliant on imported goods. By Sahara Reporters, New York, May 25, 2015.
Adeboye said that 2015 is going to be a good year for Nigerians. We can see that it did not happen, as Adeboye falsely prophesied. By November 2015, everybody knew Nigeria was in trouble. That Adeboye prophesied about sleep and brain medical breakthroughs, which were actually known the year before. This also shows that Adeboye is a false prophet. Let's look at Adeboye's 2016's prophecies.
2016 prophecies by Pastor A. Adeboye.
When it comes to the individual prophecies, the same old you will prosper in 2016 as he said for 2015. We don't need to show that these did not happen and people are suffering in 2016. Nevertheless, let's look at a few of them, to see how Adeboye lies.
For individuals.
My people, what else can I say? That's why when white people get your time, they will make sure that they render you useless. Adeboye is useless, so he's nobody in USA, oh. He's nobody in the UK. Oh. He only roaming around the black people that he can fool Anyway, I see you on my next video. Bye for now.